Hey guys.
Hey everybody, hello, welcome back to another episode of
Young and Opinionated.
The
Woo.
podcast where we do these sick, we do these while we're not healthy. Carl is not feeling well, she is very sick and tired. What's wrong with you?
Allergies, man.
Allergies to what?
Pollen, cat.
Why do you have cats if you're allergic to cats?
I adopted them.
They chose me.
They chose me.
I didn't choose
Corona
this life.
Extra. Oh my god.
You're like, I didn't choose this life. This life chose me.
These cats just kind of came to me one day, and I just couldn't say no to them.
Can't you just control how sick you are?
Ha ha ha. Haha, nice joke.
Quite frankly, it's pretty annoying to hear you cough and sneeze like that and then blow your nose. So let's just get into it today. A very interesting day. Carl got new glasses at last because her old glasses really sucked. They're literally broken. Her prescription's really bad. And
no, actually, my prescription's the same.
Yeah, right. So, yeah. But on the way to getting Carl's glasses, while we were driving, I was driving.
We were all mutually driving.
My Hyundai Elantra 2012, license plate ABC.
Oh my god.
I was driving my car, and I don't know why, but the whole right lane was just blocked with traffic, and then the left lane was just wide open. So my initial reaction was just to go through the left lane, at like 50 miles in a 45 zone. And then, I don't know where, there's this little church, and it has its own little street. And then from that street, a car is peeking out through a gap in the right lane to cross over to the left lane, to another lane. It's very complicated. I can't describe it well. Pretty much this woman was driving, and she just stuck the front of her car out, just stuck out completely. And I realized this, and I was going really fast, so I just had to hit the brakes. My poor car made weird sounds.
It did a skr.
It went a skr, and then I even had to move to the left. Luckily there was no incoming traffic. I had to move to the left just to avoid hitting this woman. And then she has the audacity to like move her arms around like, what? She's like confused. Like when she's the one who is gonna make me crash. I'm the one trying to drive. I had to honk at her, and then my mom had to just smack the window of the backseat car where she was sitting. She just smacked it at her. She was like, what? Like if she can listen, like if she can hear her, but she can't. So
bro, my window, she was about to break it.
Yeah, I don't get what's up with that. And then Carl unbuckled her seatbelt, or what's up with that?
Look, it's reflex, man.
Carl decided to unbuckle her seatbelt before the crash was gonna happen. Not much logic in that. And the bad thing about my car is that her side of the car, the airbags don't work. So what does Carl do? I don't know. Just take off the seatbelt. The only logistical thing to do. What was your plan?
It was just reflex, man.
Please share.
I don't know. It reflexes.
That's not good. I was almost going to get into an accident. A really bad one. It also was going to be for both of us. My whole right side would have been destroyed.
I would have been killed.
And her whole left side of her car would have also been really badly hurt. And probably she as well. She also would have been hurt. But luckily I have incredible reflexes and an incredible little car with some great brakes. The only bad
some new wheels.
Yeah, the only bad thing is that I had to just force my new wheels to brake. And I feel like I just damaged them, but it's whatever. Since we're on the topic of irritatingness and nonsense, women's soccer U.S. soccer team, the women's soccer team for the United States of America, have officially earned equal pay as the men. It's a subject no one likes. It's a subject no one likes to talk about because everybody knows the reality of it. Women's sports just isn't good. It's not good. Yeah, the biggest example has to be the WNBA compared to the NBA. The NBA is one of the biggest leagues of sports in the whole entire universe, and it's so entertaining. The elite, the best of the best in the world, but the WNBA does not offer that. I don't know what they think they're doing, and it's just not up to par with like the men. It's not. It's just a reality you have to face at one point. Men are just naturally more athletic, and women unfortunately aren't. Their ratings are some of the lowest ever. The NBA itself actually loses millions of dollars every single year because of the WNBA. It's literally an unprofit league. Women's soccer is not very entertaining. If you thought men's soccer isn't really fun to watch, just wait till you see women's soccer. It's sad. I'd much rather see a guy in a wheelchair dribble a basketball than a girl missing clean open layups with legs and everything. Name a female athlete that you know.
Martha. Maria. Morgan.
Alex Morgan.
There you go.
Alex Morgan from the U.S. soccer team. I thought you were going to say something like Serena Williams, Venus Williams.
I was thinking of her.
So in conclusion, do you think that women should earn equal pay as men when it comes to sports?
I think no comment.
Well, okay. There you got it. Neutrality at its finest. So like a month ago, the date was 2/22/22.
Yeah, Tuesday.
February 22, 2022 on a Tuesday. And apparently, I don't know if this probably is real. A baby was born on February 22 of the year 2022 at 2:22 a.m. on Tuesday. And they named the baby Tuesday.
Tuesday.
They named the baby Tuesday. How do you feel?
The baby's Tuesday.
Yeah, the baby's named Tuesday.
Like Tuesday as in like the number?
But it's not spelled with the Tuesday. It's like the spell like the day Tuesday, but the 2 is spelled with 2, you know? With the word 2 and then
so
day.
Like 2 and then there's days.
Yeah, Tuesday. Get it?
That's a horrible baby name. Tuesday, what? You like tacos? Huh?
Ouch, man. Speaking about tacos, Mexico. In particular, Mexico City. They are passing a law, and I quote, it's called Ley Chancla. Yeah, Ley Chancla.
Le chancla.
Ley Chancla.
La chancla.
Ley.
Ley?
Yeah, as in law. Ley means law. And chancla means sandal or...
What do you mean ley means law?
Yeah, ley.
Law.
Ley means law.
Oh, ley.
Oh my god.
You meant the law.
Jesus. So,
look, there's so many. Okay, look.
So this ley chancla... so this law pretty much... this law pretty much just sets a standard that a lot of areas of Mexico have started to adapt. Pretty much parents can't really punish their kids physically or like verbally because Mexico has this crazy history of just punishing their children so violently. Like, not everyone, but a lot, just literally just beat their kids, just give them a good punch or spank them really hard with stuff that you shouldn't spank your kid with, or just abuse them verbally with their words. And I don't know if you know this, words can hurt, especially to a little kid.
My mama hits me with the chancla and she thinks that it's alright, but it's child abuse.
I've seen Instagram posts about this, and just the comments are all just so like brutal, just talking about that this makes no sense, that it's this is like the weakest generation that's ever been. This makes absolutely no sense. How are you going to educate your kids? How are you going to do this?
It's called being a decent parent.
I'm completely against parents just punishing their kids physically or verbally. It's just not right one bit. I want to see the other side, but I just can't see the other side, how it works. One of the comments in the post said, if you don't punish your kids, they're not going to learn and they're just going to end up being thugs in the streets. But from personal experience and just having a lot of different friends, the friends that I have that have been like really beat by their parents, like literally abused by their parents, have just turned out way worse than any of my other friends who have just been spanked commonly. And they're like, yeah, I know a lot of friends of mine who had just turned to the streets because they just don't want to be at home. They literally fear their parents. They're afraid to go home. They don't want to be there. They'd much rather be in the streets where they feel safer, which is not good, because you're not safe at the streets. And home is supposed to be this place where you literally feel home and you're safe, but it's turned to something you fear. And there's that argument that we're like the weakest generation ever. There's truth to that, but at the same time, I like to say we're one of the most vulnerable ever. We're one of the most active and in dealing with these issues that old people just never seem to understand.
You see, someone in our generation, someone that isn't like, any of the Gen Zs, it's like more mature than that, someone just decided, hey, that's child abuse.
Our dad has told us so many stories of how he was literally chased around the wild in the forest by his uncles and his grandma, and how he's just beat severely, the poor guy.
He was also spanked with barbed wire.
He was spanked with barbed wire and worked from the age of 4? What was it?
Very young. I don't
He was
remember.
very young when he was put to work. Really good that this law has passed, but a lot of parents are just still gonna just continue beating their kids and just being abusive in general. And then the kids are just gonna be afraid because if they do something, report to the police, then there goes their parents, and where do they go? They're orphans or something. We were lucky enough not to ever be punched or anything like that, just very severely spanked. But even that
trauma.
Even that stuff, something as simple as spanking your kid, has left impacts on us that just never will leave. Personally, I remember I took bad decisions as a kid, like some dumb decisions, like messing around with my friend when I shouldn't have, or doing this thing when I shouldn't have, blah blah blah, because I decided to do it. And then I would always get punished for it with a spank. And then my mom would always remind me that mom knows best, and mom's always right. And I don't know if it might have impacted me, but to this day, I'm always very hesitant when making any decision.
PTSD. You see, I always saw spanking as you're not only abusing your child to some degree, it also kind of cuts communication. When people say how else am I supposed to raise my child if I don't spank them? It's called communication, man.
Talking. Yeah, that's a very good point. I don't talk to mom and dad about stuff in my head or anything. I'm not gonna talk to them. I don't feel comfortable because I never had that communication to begin with. I'm sure a lot of parents have spoken to their kids ever since they were young and had that open conversation and stuff, but no, not really here. I would never go up to mom and be like, hey, I feel this way. No, it just doesn't happen. And many kids around the world would never think about approaching their parents about and talking about stuff that they're worried about.
Especially at such a young age, trust to a child is like the most fragilest it can be and the most gullible and naive it can be.
You have their trust at birth because they rely on you. You're their caregiver. You're the person who loves them the most. But that trust can easily be lost so quickly. And trust becomes the fear. And there's no way to ever regain the trust the same way. I've always said that if I ever somehow get a kid, or 2 or 3 or 4, or how many, I would never ever lay my hands on them and hurt them in any way. Because I myself have been hurt very much, and I would never want that to happen to them. I don't know. I'd rather talk or do the classic timeout in the corner with sitting on a chair.
Go to the corner.
Go to the corner. I just don't get it. Like the same thing about beating your wife. I make a lot of dark jokes about beating my wife.
Too many.
But I would never do it in real life. It's such a scary thought. Why would you touch someone like that you swore to love forever? Or literally, that's your child. I don't get it. It doesn't wrap in my head. I gave birth. I worked, gave birth to this kid, raised him. He's another life. I saw him grow up. I took care of him. I loved him. He loved me. And now I'm going to hit him. I'm going to make him feel bad. I'm going to make him insecure without him even knowing all of this that I'm doing. I'm not even knowing this as a parent. I'm going to do all of this to him. I've had friends who have run away from home, who literally just turned to the streets. So many of my friends own weapons and stuff just to be safe from their own parents. So here's the lesson to take. Don't beat your kids. Don't beat your wives. Don't beat anybody. Because you don't know what you're causing long-term effects. And they will come back to bite you in the butt one day.
Talking about toxicity, quinceañeras. Those are toxic all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Or some of them.
Quinceañeras, if you don't know what they are, they're these big, huge parties that Hispanics like to throw for their daughters when they turn 15 years old, because it like symbolizes that they turn from a girl to a woman.
I don't know why I did that.
I don't know why.
No.
I don't know why they chose 15.
Oh, I think I understood.
Why?
Because normally, a Mexican woman at 16, she's already married. Yeah, she's like, because back in the day, they would like give their daughters away
for a few donkeys.
Or they'd like trade her off or something, or they'd like see it fit for the family or something like that, and by 16 she should be married.
Yeah, makes sense. Back in the days it made sense, not
right.
Nowadays anymore.
And I don't know, apparently they carried it on.
So
Mom was sold for a few.
Oh my god. So yeah, and usually this party costs a lot of money because a lot goes into it. Like there's a lot of dancing, a lot of expensive gifts. The girl turning 15 always has to have this incredible lavish dress on. It's such a big deal.
The dance.
Hundreds of people attend. I don't know if in recent days we're like starting to realize that quinceañeras are a huge waste of money.
Oh no.
I don't think. No.
Nope. Everyone, like this whole month, everybody's had a quince.
Dang.
And like everybody who has a quince, they're all going to it. Like this Saturday, tomorrow, my friend group was like, oh, did you know blah 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 was having a quince? No way, blah 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 is also having a quince. Which quince are you gonna go to? I don't know. I mean, I love them both, but like I have to choose one, right?
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh, okay, you weirdos.
It's very clear that these quinceañeras are just almost an excuse to party nowadays. Not much more about celebrating the girl. Mostly just a party. All the padrinos, all the friends, everyone, even complete strangers will just join the party. Yeah, even complete strangers will join the party.
Honestly, though, like, the last quince that my friend went to, he was like, oh yeah, at some point we just realized this like one guy, no one knew him, he was just there. My other friend received a $1,000 ring as one of her presents.
Wow. Yeah, they also have to have lavish gifts. At the end of the day, that's still money that could have been used for a better purpose, like a car or
my school education.
Education, a car, something like that, a savings account. But nah, I do know that this was beginning to be a trend. Like, I don't know if it was a few years ago or now, but girls were starting to, instead of getting a quince, they're starting to ask their parents to pay for their plastic surgery, for her fake breast and her fake butt.
Now it's all about piercings.
Piercings?
I don't know. And tattoos.
Would you get a piercing?
No. I already have two, and it's in my ears. But right now it's nose rings. Everyone wants a nose ring.
Nose
exactly.
Rings. I can't imagine sneezing with a nose ring on. Gross.
And then someone wanted a tongue.
Ew.
And then everyone's getting tattoos. Someone got one here and here.
Yes, thank you for telling our audio listeners who have
fine.
No idea what you're talking about.
Elbow and the other front of elbow.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Would you get a tattoo?
No. Well, no. Well,
I wanted to get a tattoo of my good friend. May he rest in peace. My cat, little Oscar. He's my favorite little cat ever. I wanted to get a tattoo of him. I don't know where. Maybe in one of my arms. And I also would maybe consider getting a tattoo of my first ever friend. His name is Uno. He's a bear. Just get a drawing of him on my other arm or something. What's the safest place to get a tattoo? Like, where no one's gonna see it? What do you think?
Where no one's gonna see it? Any part of your, like, body. Like, actual body area.
Yeah.
Because you always wear a shirt.
What if you have to go to the beach?
Okay, fine. Then on your, like, hip.
There are very funny tattoos. There's hilarious tattoos. There's this one tattoo I remember seeing that this one guy tattooed like stitchings around his kidney area, and he claimed to be a kidney donor, and everyone treated him as a hero, and it's super funny.
Oh dear God!
Because he has his kidneys. I don't know if this is like true or not, but there's this crazy thing where you can mix human or just anything ashes with tattooing, so you can like tattoo something on yourself. Like, let's say your like great grandma dies, she gets cremated, you get sent some little bit of ashes of her. You can mix that with the tattooing, and you can literally get a bit of your great grandma tattooed onto your body.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it sounds weird, but so many people like to do it because that way they can say like, she's always with me. Okay. Like, literally.
Oh my God. It's like a cannibal eating like their lover or something and just being like, oh, they're always with me.
Gross.
Exactly. It's very gruesome.
I'll let Carl go on a rant while I find the words of wisdom for today.
Oh God.
To end off this podcast.
I don't know what to rant about. Give me something to rant about.
You can rant about the school system.
Okay, the school system sucks. Let's just all be honest with ourselves. School lunch sucks. Teachers are very treated horribly. They get very low wages, and then they stay, and then they have to stay after even their contract hours, and they have to work at home, and they basically get little vacation time. Because they're still grading at home. If I were a teacher, I'd want to quit immediately. Which is probably why my teacher quit immediately. Miss you, Misty.
The words of wisdom presented to you by Ben Steen. Screaming at children over their grades, especially to the point of the child's tears, is child abuse. Pure and simple. It's not funny, and it's not good parenting. It is crushing, scarring, disastrous experience for the child. It isn't the least bit funny. It's sad. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Young and Opinionated. Heck yeah.
I want to sleep. I want to feel better. I'm sick.
Goodbye.
So wish me luck, guys.